Hey folks, it's William with All Solar Texas. If you've been fighting with your HOA over your solar design, watch this video. I'm going to give you all the information you need to win against your HOA. Stay tuned. Alright, thanks so much for joining the channel, but before we dive in, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and don't forget to tap on that notification bell. That keeps you up to date with all the latest energy news that we produce here on the channel, and it does help us out with YouTube a little bit. Lastly, reach out to us, give us a call, send us a text, email us, check out our website. We love hearing from customers and we get back quickly. Okay folks, a while back I did a video really designed to educate our customers and potential solar customers on what are their rights with the HOA. Texas recently had passed a piece of legislation that forbids, per the property code, HOAs from prohibiting the installation of solar panels and solar systems on homeowners' property. Now, I've been getting a lot of follow-up questions from solar customers that have been fighting with their HOAs over the specifics of the design. Namely, many HOAs and their CC&Rs have tried to prohibit solar panels from being visible from the street. Now, if we look at that property code and go a little bit deeper, which is what I'm going to do in this video, you'll find a section called 5B. It's a subsection within that property code. That section specifically dictates that if your solar design can achieve 10% or more production based on where you're placing those solar panels, even if they're visible from the street, then the HOA can't prohibit it. Now, they do have a certain set of requirements that that solar panel system and those projections must follow. Namely, that they need to follow the National Renewable Energy Laboratory PV watt calculation. So they provide a website there, which I will link below, which allows you to put in certain variables about your solar system and show the different types of output and kilowatt hour production that you need to go head to head with your HOA. Now, if you work with All Solar Texas, we will prepare a letter for you and then submit that on your behalf to the HOA. And what that letter actually does is it utilizes that PV watts calculating tool there that you could find online and shows a comparison between two different design options. One design option being your optimal placement of your solar panels for peak kilowatt hour production, and then the other design shows what would it look like if your system did not have solar panels placed in those areas that the HOA is fighting you against, and it really compares and contrasts the two. In most cases, especially if your roof is facing southward, you're going to reach that 10% threshold. Or if your roof is facing northward, and that is the particular part of the solar design that the HOA is pushing back against, namely, we could add enough panels to get you to that 10% or greater offset threshold, which they need to approve your solar design. Now, the reason why this is so important is because it all comes down to cost. If we need to revise the solar design and put panels where it's not as optimal for PV or for electric kilowatt hour production, it's going to cost you more money. It could mean that we are not able to achieve your target offset goal for solar production. Or it could mean that we now have to add a lot more panels, which is going to increase the cost of your system overall, when all of that could be avoided by just making sure that we optimize and place those solar panels for peak production for kilowatt hour generation, and then work with your HOAs and everyone else involved to make sure that we get the permitting and the approvals needed to move forward. Now, many HOA CC&Rs are pretty outdated. When I talk to customers, many of their HOAs have not revised their CC&Rs for 5, 7, sometimes 10 years, which means that those regulations and those requirements are going to be outdated. So if you are a solar customer and you've been battling with your HOA, just point them to that subsection and then also ask that they revise and update their CC&Rs to reflect the changes in the Texas property code. You could also have them just give us a call. We work with HOAs all the time to refine the language in their CC&R so they're still compliant with what they want to achieve within that community, but also, more importantly, compliant with Texas property code. So reach out to All Solar Texas, where we kind of manage everything from end to end, from your design to your HOA, to your interconnection agreement, to your city permitting, all the way through construction. We partner with your utilities, your co-ops, your HOAs to make sure that they are maintaining compliance with what the standards are. In many cases, they're not even familiar with what the new standards are regarding solar, because it is relatively new product for many HOAs and certain cooperatives. So we help just guide them, consult with them so that our solar customers can get the added value of going solar while making sure that they're optimizing that solar design. All right, folks, thanks so much for checking out the channel. That about wraps it up for today. But before you take off, please drop a comment below and let us know, is there any other issues that you're having with your HOA that we may need to produce some additional content on this channel to help equip and educate you about your rights with regard to going solar here in Texas. Thank you so much, and God bless.